1 year ago, our entire Minnesota State Fair building disappeared, like literally disappeared 14 days before the Minnesota State Fair. We told you the story last year. It went viral.
But there's a whole part of the story we never told. And honestly, it might be the craziest part. Because while everyone online was asking, how do you lose an entire building? We're behind the scenes trying to figure out where it actually was.
We had just called to confirm that it'd be delivered the next day for setup, and instead they call us back and basically said, we don't know where it is. They thought they might know what happened, but they had to send somebody to Iowa to find out.
And eventually they found it. Apparently our shipping container had been mistaken for one of the company's containers. It had been painted and sold to a construction company in Iowa.
We still don't know exactly when it was sold or how long it had been there, but this construction company uses shipping containers on job sites all across the country. So as far as they knew, they had simply bought another used shipping container.
And when they originally got it, there was a lock on it. It looked just like this.
This one.
They opened the doors, and yes, there was a bunch of stuff inside. But apparently that wasn't even the weird part.
Because there was also cash.
$100 bills to be exact.
Scattered inside our missing State Fair building. And when they told us that, we both immediately said, that's not our money.
We were sure. Anna had personally cleaned out our State Fair cash drawer before the building went in storage. So now we're being told, good news, we found your missing building. And by the way, there's a significant amount of cash.
And my brain went somewhere completely different because we're like angry. The story had already taken off online, and suddenly there's mystery cash involved. And I looked at Nathaniel and I said, are they trying to bribe us?
She absolutely thought we were being bribed.
I did, totally. I was like, don't accept the building back. Don't accept the cash.
And in fairness, we had no idea what was happening. Was everything still inside? Whose money was this? What happens legally if we accept the container and the cash?
So naturally, we called a lawyer. Actually, we talked to a couple of lawyers.
And while we were figuring all of that out, we learned the other company that had been trying to solve the mystery too. They'd had our building for months. They had no idea who the contents belonged to, and they didn't know who the cash belonged to.
So they gathered up every dollar they found, they put it in their company safe, and they kept it there. But here's the part we didn't realize at the time.
The cash is the only reason they didn't empty our entire building. They buy used containers all the time. Normally, if there's stuff left inside, they just empty the contents into a dumpster.
But when they opened ours and they saw the $100 bills scattered inside, they knew something wasn't right. So instead of throwing everything away, they left it all there.
Those $100 bills literally saved everything inside our State Fair building.
And then I remembered something. Our cash drawer was attached to a desk inside the building, so the actual cash tray lifts completely out of the drawer.
And I remember that the year before when she lifted the tray out, there had been a couple $100 bills underneath it.
And suddenly I thought, wait, could this actually be our money?
So we talked directly to the company in Iowa. They told us something that made the whole thing click. When they opened the container, the cash drawer had actually fallen out.
And there were $100 bills scattered all around. And suddenly this completely ridiculous story actually started making sense.
Think about how many times that building had been moved, loaded on a truck, unloaded, moved again. Somewhere along the way, that cash drawer had shifted and fallen out.
And apparently somebody on our team had been putting $100 bills under the removable cash tray.
Without Anna knowing.
Apparently.
Eventually, we got our building back. When we opened the doors ourselves, sure enough, the cash drawer was out. At that point, we finally knew, okay, this was actually our money.
But here's the part that still gets me. The company in Iowa kept every single dollar safe, and eventually they sent the money to one of their offices in the Twin Cities so we could pick it up.
So we drove down there, walked in the office. Somebody handed us an envelope filled with the cash that had been sitting in their safe all these months.
And when we counted it, we realized it was almost exactly what we needed to buy Minnesota State Fair admission for our entire team.
Which is kind of incredible when you think about it, because if those $100 bills hadn't been left underneath that cash drawer,
everything inside of our building probably would have been in a dumpster.
Instead, that money saved our entire State Fair setup.
And then somehow made its way back to us.
Just in time to pay our team's way into the fair.
So I guess those few $100 bills
were the price of admission.
And that is the part of the story
We never told you.